Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase, where we are about to slap down yet another copper mining operation, this one to support the yellow science. We're going with the copper that's up here, rather than this one, because that one doesn't really fit it particularly well, whereas this one has enough height to fit it. And I found out that if I look at one of these, Control N I think it is, for this fancy tool. Oh, that doesn't help. Half of them don't have recipes because it's not in action, so let's find one that is busy. Maybe up here, perhaps. That is one problem with this, with smelters. How many? Only 2 don't have recipes, so it's about 24, maybe 275 per machine. 2 don't have recipes, so we'd get just over 25. If we go to the Hill mod planner, we need 30,000 copper plates, so we need more than just one. We need 2, and it's 2 is going to be too much, of course, which is why things like my train mod become quite handy, because you can obviously do things in a way that oh yeah, that's right. The other thing I need to do is move this bit here. It is not where we need it. We need to go further down. A lot further down, so let's just let's rip it out, and then oh, wrong direction. Come on, back to the bots over here. Take this stuff out. Good. Yes, we need to be a whole lot further down, because it takes more room to do 2. I was thinking I was only going to need 1. I was close to right, but not quite right, and I hadn't actually tried to pre-math it in my head, so I sort of have an excuse for getting it wrong, maybe. At least I've learnt my lesson enough to use the max rate calculator rather than relying on my obviously faulty brain. Okay. Now, I don't mind if it starts placing up there. Whoops. This is the one that I need, and we need to scroll out a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll have to scroll in a little bit just to make sure that I haven't mucked this up. Basically, these need to align, which I think they do. And this one is okay to go kind of like that. Now, where does this get to, is the question. Okay, so actually, where this is probably just about okay, and in fact, what's an episode without ripping stuff up, guys? Oh, we're waiting for all my bots now, aren't we? Come back, bots. I was trying between episodes to rip up. We'll get this into a situation where we can rip it up. But it needs iron in here, and since we're not supplying iron, it keeps running out, so we get no sulfuric acid, so this stops. So I might have to actually let the trains come back down into this line again. Well, at least not the copper ones, but at least the iron ones. Okay, so stop. Let's go over to there. Okay, we might need to change that. Is that what I want? Not exactly. I think, yes, this one here is completely meaningless. What is it? No, that might be the return. Oh, I'm getting confused. Yeah, I do actually need that second one, because that's how we come up here. Okay. Be lucky if I have any rail soon. Oops, that's probably a mistake though. I don't think it's kind of working the way I want it to though, so let's rip that one out. Now, in fact, what I might just do is slap this one. Well, no, wrong direction, you dumb thing. No! Okay, the plane was facing in the wrong direction. And yes, I really am running with that as my excuse. You go back there. So, this one from over here needs to intersect over here. You and you. And this is the return, which needs to go back to the beginning of this whole thing. So that goes in there, which is perfect. We still have a little bit of rail left, that's good. That's the one that we want to connect with. Don't know what that thing thinks it's doing. This has come out too far. We don't need to go all the way out there. We can get rid of that. There we go. That will do. So once this is filled out, this will be our copper. It needs to have an ability to it needs to have an ability to, oh, I need to fill this out as well, but it needs to have an ability to interface, or it does, into where the copper goes here and over here, and come back into this line. So we will add that in. Let's just make sure this bit is also added in. I don't want to do that. I'm not using the wires everywhere in this playthrough currently. Because there's so few decisions that actually need to be made that we can kind of avoid it to some extent. Where are you? You're up there, okay. Get rid of that part. I think that balances it. So we need some rail. Let's just make sure I'm not waiting on bots. Can't be good. Swap these guys over. So let's go and get, say, probably 2,000 rail again. I think that swapped back to 1,000, didn't it? Maybe 1,000 rail and a bunch of beacons. I know we've been doing a lot of building outer stuff, but, you know, that's kind of where we are at with this disconnected system. Lots of building out. So yeah, let's I don't need any, well, I don't need all that anyway. Actually, while we're here, let's take a quick look at the solar. It looks like the third column is almost finished. I am thinking of, well, first of all, before I say that, so I was thinking that sort of 400,000 might be about a quarter, so we go to about 1.6 million. But I am sort of thinking we'll do like 5 columns down here, and then I will rework it and come way up here somewhere and do 5 columns on the top. Otherwise we're going to have a very long and what will eventually be considered thin, not that it's thin because that's maximum scroll out, but thinnish. It might be better if it stacks up sort of, you know, something like that rather than a very long way out here kind of arrangement, and hopefully that gives us our sort of 1.6 million. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest, but the thing that I wanted to pay attention to is, yes, we're in the third to last row. I never know when this thing is going for refills, but it clearly is, because I keep checking back here, and last time I looked it was 1.2, so it must have filled up again. Also, we had a lot less accumulators, so it is running. I might set up an alarm just so I can check it out when the next time it takes off. But I mean, it's not really priority. It's just, you know, I like to see the factory work, that sort of thing. How's this one going? So we're down to 110,000. So we've actually used 210,000 space science at a very slow rate. So that's kind of amazing. Oh, between episodes 2, I was thinking whether I'd cover this, but here's that iron depot. Iron. You can see it's iron. I'm good with my ores. Copper. Here's the copper depot that we set up. I've reduced it down to a single train because you can see we're under 300k now, and it's actually struggling to keep up and fill a single train. The rest of them just come up here, and this one's not showing any sign of stress. Our other copper is over here. I also tidied this up a bit. It's not really particularly stressed. I also tidied up this one a bit. Cleared up some dead miners. And here. I had this set to output rather than input. So obviously I wanted it to clear what's in this block first before using this, and also because it was using this equally, it wasn't getting enough down to here, which is now solely reliant on what comes through from here. This one I mean is solely reliant, so at least this one doesn't need to use nearly as much now. This should be dead very soon. Well, there you go, very soon. Very soon indeed. Oh, and up here, the coal, well, it was split in half before, in fact, but now it's even more split in half. Okay, so how are we looking? We've got our 1,000, that's good. Let's grab all these beacons. Actually, the other thing is, let's get rid of that being auto-trashed, because we need a bunch of those. Let's get, say, 200. And I'll allow it to pick up those first, and then I'll grab these beacons. When I build out enough at once, we do tend to exhaust all of those beacons, but it hasn't been the case just of late, so that's kind of good. Let's see, somewhere way down here, is it? Yes, it is. Bots. Into it, bots. And those 200 are basically done. Oh, I need to boost that up to 30 again or so. Yes, there's a lot of missing things there. I had some speed modules, that's convenient. Those beacons did not last very long at all. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, we're filling in the substations, that's okay. That's useful too. And down here as well, we'll probably be out of substations about now. So that's all we can fill in there for now. Okay, let's get this connected up. Again. More tech. Let's keep that going. There's no reason to stop now. Done. Right. copper connections. Let's avoid that. I don't want to waste resources on building that out just at the moment. And also I don't want to build that out particularly. Whoops, okay, we lost a couple. What have we got here? Copper. So let's do that. Let's get a couple of these guys. Oh, not up there. I'd rather you can actually pull out. Probably need a lot more of those, and at the top here, same deal. Something like that. There we go. So that is for the completed science, and that one is for this one. This one is not going to, well, I need to build the bit that wraps round and goes back. But we need the sulfuric acid to get here. Damn it, I've gone too far. Okay, never mind. Get rid of a section or two. And probably get something like that there. Although there's only going to be one train there anyway. Did we miss any while we were doing that? Yes. So, you actually... oh, you don't have, that's right, you don't have any fuel. So we need the fuel, or we need to just supply some fuel to get it going. And we need the sulfuric acid. And we need to fill out the new copper, as though there aren't anything for us to do. No, 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 bot. Stop that. Stop that nonsense at once. Okay, so how are we going to get sulfuric acid down there? Probably... How big is the sulfuric acid train that we have up here? I think it's fairly small, isn't it? A 240. So I think a 240 is probably the sort of thing that we want. So got all my bots back. Let's swap these guys back. And you've seen me fill out like the copper thing before recently, so I kind of would like to get sulfuric kind of sorted. So it'd be nice to check off one of the things on our list, like the science, so that, here we go. So yeah, I'm thinking I want a train station along here. But we need another refinery, probably. We need a refinery. I might even get 2 refineries just in case. Let's get 10 of those. I might even order beacons this time. I don't know how many beacons I need. Maybe if we just get 100 beacons. Do I need... yeah, I may as well get the K of rail. Probably going to need more pipe than that. Right, let's try that. I was just going to reuse some of the material from below, but it's going to take me a while still to clear out the below battery area, so let's not worry about it just for now. Let's just get some new stuff. I'm sure we're going to need it for fuel or something, so oh, I don't need... oh, I probably do need some of those actually. Yeah, that's not bad. Do we have some modules? Oh, just give me your modules. Thank you. And there's none there, good. So I've exhausted up here. It's kind of what I was after. Back. Here we go. And I think this is where we want it. It's almost a shame that I'm keeping this one since it's all over the stone, but I don't need the stone. I found a patch of stone just there, so we should be fine. That is not going to work as well as I'd like. I need this to be able to go round on itself. There, that will work better. Now, let's focus on trying to increase the harvest. For the moment. Okay. We need some water fill in there. We need one of them. We need that to go somewhere. Where's the pump? Down there. There we go. Now, these need to be added in. And that one into there. so that hopefully we have a lot more sulfuric acid going on. Still not continuous. Look how fast that is when it can go. It's looking, no, even you are struggling still. And you're not going constantly. Where is the blockage? Maybe I do need all four. Let's swap over the bots for the moment. Get round a little bit faster. There is a lot of light coming out. So we probably need more light. More light cracking, that is. And oh, and we need power, of course, as well. Now, that still appears to be fairly high. Yep, we need more cracking. Whatever happened? We need the next one along now, which is this one. I'll put that there temporarily. Hopefully this will in fact be enough, but it is hard to say until it's done. The water's fine. That is still holding this one up. Yes, well, you do have to have somewhere for these to unload to for the whole process to work. What's happening here? That's full. What's happening here? Full. Full. clearly full. Oops. 23k. $90. Good. So that is pretty full. The only problem is, well, is it a problem? I just need this to come up so that I can load a train that will be residing up there. Let's go to the map view. Oil. It's basically this kind of setup that I want. Rotate, rotate. Oh, I've dropped the all-important engine. Where the train station goes. Are you kidding me? Are we seriously jammed here? Good grief. How is that even possible? There we go. Now, train stop. Ooh, I think that's going to work. Tanks. I'm not going to need 50. In fact, I need, is it 4 or is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 8 of those. A 2, whoops, 2, 2, 4. Swap these guys over. And we need a path down to here. Probably straight down and follow this one around, I think. Which, if we are going to be doing rail, I guess I do need the other guy on still. How far out do I need to come? Just out past all of that. So something like that. And then, yeah, straight down from there. And of course, signals. Where would you be without signals? Yeah, you're going that way, and you are going that way. And once you're past where you're going, you need a normal signal. So how far down do we want to go? Probably, or do we, don't know. Probably want the least amount of interruption possible, which would suggest getting close to here but not crossing there. Like that. I guess I'm gonna need a return as well. Oops. I want to be on the outside of that, don't I? Let's just head up kind of like that. See if I can make sense of how to signal this. And yes, we're going straight through here as well. Where did I do this other part? Not sure anymore. We're up there still. I guess we'll do it this way. Minimize turns, because every time you turn the train slows down. And there's recalculations involved as well. Fairly minor though, I think. Where is it? There it is. And more signals. Both of those going the same way, are they? That's interesting. Oh, it's up there, okay. And we're out of rail again. I probably need those. I don't know if I need those anymore. In fact, I don't really need to be building out the beacons just at the moment. What I might just do is run over let's try and avoid building stuff that I don't want to. Oops. Yeah, that is where I want to build. Actually kind of quite happy with it building this out, because I'm going to need to do that soon. Ooh. Not quite sure what that was. Maybe we placed another solar tile. I'm missing one bot somewhere. Yes. There he is. Okay, swap these guys over. We'll get the sulfuric done, guys. We won't worry about building this out. So I need those. I've dropped the bots off. Let's get rid of that for now. I don't think I need these just at the moment. We're getting 1k. Let's make that 2k. Oh, we're getting 200 of those. Don't need 200 of those. Quick check. Still just 3. Still on the third to last row. When we get up here somewhere, I might just do like I did in the previous one, finish it off just to speed us on our way. Do we have the train? We do. Good, good. Come on, guys. It's not that many more. I might need more recharge stations around here, so they can fill me up a little bit faster. How am I doing for fuel? Oh yeah, we're fine. Right. This is where we got up to. Back with the bots. Okay, looks like it's done. Some of these train journeys are far longer than I really wanted. So yeah, we're gonna get it set up, and then we're gonna review whether we want to actually move the oil, which I may well do. You know, pack up the oil in instead of the oil products, making the oil right next to the oil and moving the oil products, moving the oil, making the products. So maybe that would be less overall to move, I'm not sure. Somewhere up here we have this. Which is actually everything around the wrong way. So it's not as useful as I would like, but maybe what we can do is just grab that. Oh, we're out of pumps. Okay. Now I might just move this guy out of the way, jump out. Lay down a little bit more track. Does that work? Not sure. Tell you what, I'm going to put it there. Pick this up. No, don't you dare take that away. Well, put it down now. Stupid bots. Never mind. So yeah, what we need is something like this. Pump. Another one here. We need to get some pumps, quite a few of them actually. This bit needs to be ripped up about there. I need to connect this up there, and also do I do long pipes there, or do I just have it come out the top here? And no, that's no better. I'll have to work out a solution for here as well. But guys, I think we have been going on long enough, so I'm going to finish off this sulfuric. I'm going to finish off the copper over here. I'm going to put trains into work here. We're going to have this working by next episode. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you then, guys. Bye bye for now.